Good afternoon, student. For third session of e-filing, we have Priya ma'am with us. We will start the class by 3:40. Just stay tuned and stay there. Yeah, ma'am, we can start the class by 3:35, by 3:35 or 3:40.
Okay, okay. So hello students, we are back again with our last session for today. Welcome back everyone. Now the ones who are from Kolkata, they must be facing this heavy rainfall issue just the way I am facing. It's heavily raining over here. Okay, so student, till today, what we have learned. So yes, we started our day by discussing about labor identification number. Then we went for TRN generation, GST registration. We went for filings. We understood if we want to file nil return, how can we do it? If we want to file GSTR 1 or 3B, how Nikhil sir, am I audible?
Yes, ma'am. Your voice is totally clear, ma'am.
Okay, all right. So today at the beginning we have discussed about labor identification number. Then we later on discussed about GST, TRN generation, nil return filing. Before that, GST registration, GSTR 1 filing, 3B. We have done it all. So now we are just left with one topic, that is composition scheme. Okay, not just one. E-wave bill is also pending. Tomorrow's session, we just have one slot, that is 10 to 12. Okay, the ones who are asking what is the time for tomorrow. Tomorrow we have one slot. And my thought to tomorrow is, a lot of you are typing in the chat box this doubt, that doubt. Now, it is not possible that I cover all the questions in the session, right? But still, some of you are having doubts. For that reason, what initiative I have done from my end, I am trying that if today we finish off composition, we finish off e-way bill, then tomorrow we can sit with your doubts. Okay. A lot of you are craving for me to, start with your doubts. I understand your concern, but definitely we have time limitations. Tomorrow, let us try to sit with your doubts, whatever you have, but on only one condition, only one condition. You type your doubts in the chat box. Whichever doubts are going to be the most common one, that doubts we are going to pick up. Because again, tomorrow we will have time limitations, right? So whatever common doubts you all are having, we can take it tomorrow. So I request you all, whatever doubts you have till now, just write down in the chat box. Write down in the chat box right now, okay? Whatever doubts you have, whether you want me to solve any question of income tax, or it be about GST, or it be about any topic, Lin, it be EPFO, not just questions. If you want me to repeat any topic, let's say there is a topic you have not understood fully. If there are few people who have not understood the doubts, we will try to repeat that doubt tomorrow. We will try to repeat that doubt tomorrow. But please inform today so that we can plan our tomorrow's day accordingly. So that tomorrow's session could be planned accordingly. Now see, a lot of times when I was doing some other topic, students were messaging about their doubts of some other topics. Then they feel disheartened that why we are not listening to their doubts. Now when I'm asking about doubts, you are not messaging. How will this work? Tell me. There has to be proper area when we are going to discuss about the doubts, no? So now I'm asking you, if you have any doubts, write in the chat box. Those doubts will be addressed tomorrow for sure. Don't worry, each and every doubt is important to us. We will sure cater that. Don't be disheartened that I was asking this doubt, it didn't get answered, ma'am did not solve it. Please don't be disheartened. I also have time limitations. I also have to cover all the topics, right? But that's why I'm going a little fast today so that we can get time tomorrow to solve the queries. Yes, I am receiving your doubts. I have start receiving. I'll just take notes of that. Doubt about pin code option. What doubts you're asking? Okay, that pin code you were not getting. Understood. ITR. Okay. EPFO. Sita wants EPFO topic to be repeated. Not just Sita. Harshit also says EPFO registration. Okay. In that case, one thing is very sure that tomorrow we are going to repeat EPFO topic. Someone wrote, ma'am, I have asked about question 3. What question 3, dear? Whatever topics we have discussed, all are having question number 3. What topic you are asking? Please be specific. If you ask me any topic of income tax when I'm doing GST, even if you ask for 10,000 times, I am not going to reply. I can't break the flow of other students just because you have a doubt. Sakshi, I can't go back and check your doubts. No, it's a new meeting. So you have to specifically write over here. Yes, Harshit, I heard your doubt. You don't have to repeatedly write that. My God, Shipra, income tax 1. Aditya, I have just received half of your question. Okay, EPFO is a very common doubt that I can see. ITR 3, only 1%. If you want EPFO to be repeated, don't write it in the chat box. We will repeat EPFO tomorrow. If you have any other common doubt, write. Yes, Sakshi, received your doubt. For what question you are asking, Sita? Where are you putting correct information and it is saying invalid information? Tell me. Ram is saying, can you give a recap of today's session? Ram, we started with labor identification number and forward we learned about TRN generation, GST registration. Then we discussed about nil return filing. GSTR 1, GSTR 3B. We have done all. My God, Aditya, if you are unable to solve more than half of the question of ITR, don't worry. Whatever specific doubts you have, we will discuss on that. ESIC. Oh my God, ESIC also. For ESIC, I have just got one vote that please start with ESIC. Anyone else who wants ESIC to be repeated? ESIC. Okay, Ram. Okay. Registration. All right. So I've got all the doubts that we are about to cater tomorrow. So please don't start, messaging again in the chat box when I'm doing GST that ma'am, tell me what to do in income tax. Please don't do that. We have every format for that. Okay. So now quickly let us come to e-filing. E-filing composition scheme. Someone asked, ma'am, do we need to go thorough with the notebooks? Yes. Shipra, it won't be a problem, I think. Even if you have missed out other sessions, today when you are doing it, I repeat in such a manner that if a student has missed out any of the sessions, they will be able to understand. So don't worry about that. And you can continue with the session. There will always be few students in the session who have no concerns what is going on in the sessions, who are not even worried about they have any doubts or not, but they will start just poking in the chat box. Let's not be those type of students. Understand, if you're sitting in this session, you're sitting for your own benefits. So think about your doubts rather than poking up. Repeating everything is not possible, right? Okay. So now we are left with composition scheme. Let us understand what is composition scheme. So which form is first used for composition taxpayers? Let us see. It is CMT 08. And we know that if anybody who has registered themselves for composite taxpayers, they are supposed to pay the tax as per quarter, right? Every quarter they have to make their assessments. What is the due date? Over here, the due date does not become 20 for GSTR 3B, it becomes 18. Okay, let's say that somebody has been registered. Let's say somebody has registered themselves for composition scheme and they want to file return. Okay, so tell me that for second quarter, what is going to be the last day to file GSTR? Come on, for second quarter, give me the answer. Yes, Sita, you will get recorded classes on the CMA websites. Okay. Okay. I'll repeat the question. For second quarter, what is going to be the last day to fill your GST for composition taxpayers? The ones who don't know when the second quarter starts, Yeah. Is there anyone who doesn't know when the second quarter starts? My God, I've got ample amount of incorrect answers. This is the concern that we have. Not just, sitting in the session will work. You have to be prominent. You have to be, practically logical. Somebody is messaging, ma'am, 18th of August. Just imagine. I'm not taking your name, but the person who has written 18 August, you know what you have written. Rahul, what is the reason of recording? Everything will be there. You will have every recording available. Why are you recording in your phone and filling your storage? I'm very worried for the ones who have written 18th of August. Somebody is even having the audacity to write July, 18 July. I'm not taking your names. You know what you are writing. I asked for second quarter. What are you people writing? This is the reason why you think that sometimes you have prepared well, but you have not given good paper. This is what happens. You think you have prepared well, but practically you have not checked you have prepared right or not. This is why giving test series are so important before exams, so that you understand what your mistake is. Somebody is writing 20th of the month. My God. Just now we discussed when it is composition, 20 will not even come in picture. 18th is the date. How you are writing 20, I don't know. Even on the screen you can see 18. Yes, Ram, thanks for specifying. Quarter 2 starts from July, ends on when? July, August, September. This is quarter 2. Quarter 1 is April, May, June. Quarter 2 starts from July, ends at September. Majority of you have given me the answer 18th of September. How 18th of September? Your quarter will also not end. Second quarter will still be in continuation. Second quarter ends on 30th of September. And for that particular quarter, when can you make the final GST? 18th of October. What are you people writing? Now I could see few of you have started writing October. Otherwise, someone was saying July, August. What is the condition? Right? Now see, you people start screaming, do practicals, ma'am, please. Now, if you don't know this theory, this is not a game that you will do practicals filed happy. In real life, when somebody will give you the client books that do the practicals, you will do something wrong. For composition, you will do normal filing, and for normal, you will do composition filing. What will happen? We have to be very specific when we are doing some things. 18th of January, still somebody is writing. 18th of January is going to be for the third quarter, right? Not for the second quarter. Let us continue. So, for whenever your one quarter is ending, just next month, 18th would be the last day to finish off. You could see over here, what is the due date? 18th of the next month from the end of the quarter. Okay. The purpose, the form contains details of what? Sales and purchase. We know that. What are the requirements? Requirements are very simple. User ID, everything you need to have. You need to have GST numbers, right? Of course, and you cannot fill this year's quarter if you have not done last quarter's filing, then you can't come and do this quarter's filing. So if you're going for second quarter's GST filing, make sure that you have also filed in the first quarter, right? Do you have any doubts about composition scheme? Please ask. Don't just sit idle and think that, okay, we will just wait for the practicals to start. We will do the sums, that's all. Your agenda, your motive should be very huge and big. Shall we start with the practicals of composition scheme? Tell me, do you think you are clear with composition scheme? Just doing practicals is not sufficient. Make sure that when you exit this class today, you know what is composition scheme. You know how to file composition scheme, GST returns. Kunal sir has messaged how to go for recording of this trainings. A lot of you were asking. You could see over here now. Okay, let's quickly come to composition now. What do you want me to repeat in composition scheme? Tell me. Monica says she's clear. What do you want? See, when you're telling about your doubt, be specific, no? Feel privileged that you are sitting in these practical sessions. Feel privileged that you are able to do these courses. A lot of students who wish to do it, they can't do it just because they are lagging behind. Maybe because of economic reasons. You have got this opportunity. It is God's grace. Use it well. Ask if you have any doubt. Be specific. What do you want to ask about composition scheme? Tell me if I repeat whole thing again, that won't be possible, no? Be specific. Nothing much I have explained. Just explain that you know which form will be applicable, when to file it. These are the few things we have discussed, right? Let us quickly come to practicals. Let's come to GST composition scheme. Now, GST composition scheme is the most easiest one to fill. Yes, Rahul. Okay. Let me ask this to everyone. Tell me, what is the limitation? Who can go for composition scheme? Tell me. This is a very good question. Who can go for composition scheme? See, you all have given your CMA inter exams. Now you all are scaring me. Tell me who is eligible to go for composition scheme. Yes. One thing should be very clear to you all. We know who is liable to register under regular scheme, the one who crosses the turnover of 1.5 crores, 1.5 CR. So one thing is very clear, the ones who have not crossed this threshold limit, they can go for composition scheme, right? If your cross is above 1.5, no way you can't be at composition scheme. Yes, threshold limit is 1.5, small business, very good RAM. The ones who only do intraday, sorry, intra sales, they can go for composition. But the ones who want to do interstate supply, they cannot come under composition scheme. You are absolutely right. But there are few conditions more. If you know there are few people who can't go for composition scheme, who are they? What type of business they are doing that they are not eligible to come under composition scheme? Tell me. Okay, we are done with the limitations. Okay, threshold limit is fine. Tell me specifically who are the ones who can't register themselves under GST composition scheme. Yeah, have you heard? CTP. Okay, casual taxable person, person dealing with tobacco, alcohol. Okay, interstate supply. Correct. E-commerce operators. Very good. Now you have started coming up with answers. Very good. So these type of people, they are not eligible to go for composition scheme, correct? Even if there is a person who is the manufacturer of ice cream, right? Pan masala, tobacco, they are not eligible for this composition scheme. Non-residents, right? Now who can tell me the rates? Do you remember we have specific rates for manufacturers, traders, restaurant people? You remember that? So now I think you people have awakened. Tell me the rates quickly. Yeah, for manufacturers and traders, what is the rate? Yes, Dharvi, right. For manufacturers, it is 1%, right? 1% means 0.5, 0.5. 0.5 CGST, 0.5 SGST. For restaurant people, what is the criteria? It is 5%, 2.5, 2.5, correct? And what about service providers? Restaurant is not 6, Shivam. Restaurant is 5%. 2.5 is CGST, 2.5 will be SGST. Okay. So manufacturer and traders becomes 1% in total. Restaurant not serving alcohol becomes 5% in total. Service providers become 6% in total. Right? I hope we are clear with this. Thank God I asked these questions to you before going ahead. Okay, so when we have done so much of discussion on composition scheme, let us go a little more detail. What are the disadvantages of going for composition scheme? What are the disadvantages? 0.5 for service? No, Supriya. It is 6%. No problems, it's Shivam. Aditya, please check your system. So the biggest reason of disadvantage is that these people cannot claim ITC, correct? Cannot claim ITC. A lot of you have given me this answer. that if it is a composition scheme, they cannot go for ITC claiming. Don't you think that it is going to restrict their business a lot? Do you think that you will be very comfortable if you are a registered person? Do you feel that you will be, welcoming business with that person who is not registered under GST? Don't you think you will restrict yourself from, doing business with them? And definitely, sometimes if you want to expand your business, you want to do interstate supply from one state to another, you can't do it, right? But on the other hand, it doesn't mean that it is only having disadvantages. It also have good amount of advantages. What could be the advantages? The first, we all know it is very easy to file, very simple. You don't have to go for each party's detail, Typically, you can sum up the amount of whatever supplies you have made in the quarter, and simply you can make the payment. You don't have to put so many details inside. You don't have, and when you don't have to file every month GST, your task becomes half of the way. Total 4 times in a month you have to, a total 4 times in the whole year you have to file GST or 3B. That becomes very simple, right? Now we know that GSTR 4 is what we file, correct? Now tell me, what is the GSTR that we file for annual filing of composition scheme? Tell me. Composition scheme. Yeah, compliance is very easy. Paper was used. And because the ones who are very small suppliers, small business people, they can't do so much of chaos that every month they will sit and they will file. It's not possible for them. Sagar, answer is correct. GSTR. Only Sagar, but yes. No, Kirti, you won't fill GSTR 4 for annual, no? Annual filing, I'm asking. It is 9A, no? 9A. GSTR 4 is what? Your quarterly filing form. Right? Don't be confused over here. Now let us come to the practical. Now see what is happening over here. There is a restaurant naming Bells and Peppers located in Bangalore. It has an annual turnover or rupees 98 lakhs and has opted for the composition levy scheme. So they are under the composite scheme and not regular payers. Now, as per this scheme, they need to pay a tax of 5%. So, rate of GST is already known to you. This means 2.5, 2.5. Now, why I have already done 2.5, 2.5? Have there been any mention that it is going to be intra-state supply? They have not mentioned anywhere. But still, in flow, I told you 2.5, 2.5. It could also be interstate supply. We could have IGST as well. Why did I simply set 2.5 and 2.5? Tell me. Because just now we discussed that when we are doing composition scheme, we cannot do interstate supply. We are bound to only do intrastate supply. So definitely it will be between CGST, SGST. right? For which quarter we need to file? For the very first quarter, April, May, June. So when are we going to file? We are going to file for the financial year 22-23. These three invoices are given for you for the month of April, May, June. Now, could you see that over here, individual invoice details are not given? Earlier, when we were filing for regular uh, registered persons, we were filing each and every detail was given separately. Whether it is B2C, whether it is B2B, details were given separately. But over here, what could we see? For the month of April, they have just mentioned the invoice number range. They have given the invoice values. Similarly, for next month, they have mentioned this. And for June also, they have done the same. They have not mentioned anywhere that from whom you have got it, what rate of GST it was, nothing, because the GST rate is specific over here, right? Why 5%? Do you remember when we were discussing what is the rate for restaurant people? We said it is 5%. So in real life, when you're going to file this composition GSTR, they will not specify what rate of GST you have to pay on it. You have to only understand, okay, this is restaurant, this means it will be 5 only, 2.5, 2.5. You have to do it yourself. Okay, so let us start with the login. See, Aditya, a lot of times I've told you, when we are doing GST, please don't ask income tax doubts. Again, you're doing the same thing. This will not let me and give answers for GST doubts. People create confusion like this only. Okay, quickly let's come to login. We have the login credentials with us. Simply, we need to put it over here. The ones, even if you have missed the last GST filing sessions, composition, you will be able to understand. This is happening today a lot of times. Refresh. See, remember I told you if you're facing login issues, do it again. Today there it is facing a little difficulty. Again. Yes, Ram. No worries, we will do it. Are you all facing this difficulty? Or is this just for my portal? Tell me. Ah, these extra spaces got copied. Okay, return to dashboard. Now, what could you see over here? Can you see that in status it says it is a composition scheme, right? Now let's select the financial year, that is 22-23. Which quarter we are dealing with? We are dealing with the first quarter. Okay, click on search. Now could you see that when we were discussing about GSTR 3B, there were so many boxes. There were GSTR 1, 2A, 2B, so many details were given. But when we are talking about GSTR 4A for composition scheme, there is very less details available. Yeah. For GST CMP, let's click and move ahead. See, the moment you click on this, now we are not going to discuss how to file nil return composition scheme because it is something which is next to impossible case in your practical life. Okay. Now think about a situation if somebody is filing GST return three once in 3 months, there is very like no possibility that the person would not have had any sales for 3 months, right? So we are not moving ahead with filing nil return. But in the worst case, if this situation happens, definitely again you need to tick this box. If you tick this box, the same way you have filed nil return for regular taxpayers, you can do it over here also, not a problem. Okay. Now let us come over here. See GST number, legal name, trade, return period, everything is given to you. See due date, can you see? For first quarter, the due date stands at 18th of July. Now, when we come down, it says summary of self-assessed liability. Why self-assessed liability? Because the government says you are composition scheme dealers. We are making you free. Okay. You, whatever you have made your transactions in 3 months, whatever sales you have made, you calculate that, you put it over here. Whatever is the tax amount, you tell us and you pay it. That's all. We are not going to interfere much with you. You are the one who will tell us how much you have generated. That's all. That's why it is self-assessed. Now come over here. Now see net of advances, credit, debit notes, and any other adjustments due to amendments, etc. Now, first thing talks about outward supply. Then it is inward supply attracting RCM, total tax payable, interest if applicable. Now let us come back to question and see what is the amount of invoice that we have created. What is the amount? So see for April it is 2 lakh. For May it is 1,75,250. And for June it is 1,25,650. So when you add these three together, the value that you're going to generate is 5,900,000. So see, you have to do it manually. You have to add whatever sales you have done in the first quarter, and then you have to put it over here. Now, what used to happen in GSTR1, the moment you put the invoice value, there is drop down option where you can write the taxable value beside the relevant GST rate. But over here, you will not find any such thing. Over here, it is very simple. It is a very small box. IGST column has been crossed out. Why? Because of course there is not going to be any interstate supply. CGST, SGST, can you see over here? These boxes are there, but what to do? This means we have to manually put whatever tax liability is there. So on 5,900,000, you do 2.5%. The value will come to 12,522.50 paise. And the moment you put it over here in central tax, in state tax, it will automatically come out. See. So you just have to put whatever is your central tax liability, CGST, and the same amount will automatically pop up under SGST. Okay. What is going to be our next step? Next step is to simply save it. Saving done. Proceed to file. Okay. Click on proceed to file. Now you can see the cash ledger balance. Payment of tax. So how much you are liable to pay over here. Okay. Create challan. E-payment. Generate challan. Scroll down. Again, the same way we have done for GSTR1. Click preferred bank, SBI, click terms and conditions apply, make payment. Payment is done. Done. Now come back. Come back. What happened? Data did not got saved. What was the full amount? Can someone help me with that? 5 lakh 900, no? Are you also facing the same issue? Or is it just with my system today? God knows what are they doing.
Ma'am, I think can you do one thing? Clear the cache history of the browser and re-log into the system. Might be there some due to that might be technical error.
Okay, let me see.
Meanwhile, I'm checking with the support team.
Okay. Any doubts? Any doubts over here? Very simple, no? Composition scheme is very simple. Go for question 2. Sanya, did it happen? Come to question 2. Login. So, Bata is a leather manufacturing company that is registered under composition scheme. See, their turnover is 67 lakhs. They are in Manipur. They are paying for the second quarter. We know the last day for filing for second quarter is 18th of October. Let us come to financial year 22-23. Come to second quarter, search. Prepare online. What is the outward supply? We simply need to add these three things together. What is the amount coming? 1 6 4 4 5 3 4. Is it right? Yes. Now, who are they? They are manufacturers. Now, see, in this question, have they specified the rate of GST that is applicable for Bata? Have they? But they have given you this information that Bata is a manufacturing company. So from this, we could understand what is going to be the rate. Yeah. What is the rate? We know for manufacturing, it is total 1%. Total 1 means what? 0.5% for each. Let us come to CGST 8222.67. Similarly, in SGST, it will automatically come. Click on save, proceed, create challan, e-payment, generate challan, select your preferred bank, SBI, click on the terms and conditions, make payment. So your payment is done. Now come down, check this box. Authorized signatory is Anand Sharma. Now we are about to file CMP08. OTP will come 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Verify. Done. Yes. Done. Can you see that how simple this process has been made for composition scheme dealers? Hardly it is taking us maximum 5 to 10 minutes to solve it out. So we should have basic understanding that, okay, if I am filing for GSTR, then I should be having the invoice value of the 3 months, and that's all. I can quickly finish it off. Correct. Janit, it will show you like that. Why? Because if you do not create challan, you cannot select your signatory, So before that, you will not get that option to click on that box. I think your doubt is clear. Yes, Janit. So very simply, we have understood what to do composition scheme, how to do it. Irfan, I was not expecting this question to come up from you. But since you have asked, I have to answer. What is EVC is Irfan's question. Irfan, EVC is nothing but the full form of EVC stands as electronic verification code, the code that you get on your phone. That's all. DSC, so you must be knowing. I will not tell you the full form of DSC. In the first day, we have done all the practicals for DSC. Don't ask what is the full form of DSC. Remember, we have done those digital signature certification. That is what DSC is all about. Right? Are you doing question 3, everyone? Kunal sir, my screen is visible, no?
Yes, ma'am. Composite
Okay.
08 question is visible there.
Okay. So see, 5 questions are there for composition scheme. I would request you all to go ahead and finish off all the 5 questions so that you have no doubts about composition scheme. Let's do it quickly. If you don't have any doubts in composition scheme, then I think we can start with e-way bill. Give me your concern. Tell me if you have any doubts, or do you want few more minutes to finish off with your composition scheme? Then tell me. I will wait. Otherwise, I would move ahead with e-way bill. Tell me what do you want? I think you all are busy with solving. Monica is writing yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am means what? You want extra time or I should go ahead with e-way? Ready? Okay, Monica is ready. What about others? All clear? Okay. So we are good to start with e-way. Students, don't think that it's just casually you are learning everything. Right now, maybe you are unable to understand the weightage or value of these sessions. But after tomorrow, when you will see that okay, e-filing sessions are done, then when you sit and you will realize that what are the things you just learned in just 4 days. I would not even say full 4 days, 3.15 days. You would have learned so much. You would be very proud of yourself. Afreen, we all are ready to move ahead. So I would suggest that even if you are going for composition scheme, do it a little later now. Okay. E-way bill is also a part of GST, right? Anyone who have any idea about e-way bill, tell me. Yes. Okay, Divisha. Okay, Avni. No, Rahul, you were not a blank book before this session. It's not that any magic has happened in these 3.15 days. Definitely, you have learned a lot of things, but definitely, you had a lot of knowledge beforehand as well. E-way bill. So, let us start with e-way bill now. Pooja is writing e-way bill is a document which gives details about the movement of goods. Okay. Akash says if good transferred 50 kilometers or interstate, e-way bill generates. Okay. Issued for transportation of taxable goods. Okay. Value exceeds 50,000. Okay. Tracking. Existence when supply is more than 50,000. Okay. More than 50,000. I could see one thing very much in common that you all are using more than 50,000. Okay. All right. So now let us start with e-way bill. That means electronic way bill. In this, we will understand the applicability. What is the requirement for e-way bill? What is the method of registration we will practically see, right? So let us move ahead. Now, firstly, what is e-way bill? E-way bill can be described as an electronic documents generated on the GST portal in order to evidence movement of goods such as shipping, transporting. Under the GST regime, the e-way bill has two classification A, B. A says what? A says here holds details of GST of recipient, place of delivery, invoice, challan number, data, value of goods, HSN code, transport document. So these are the things which will be available in part A of e-way bill. But what will be there in part B of e-way bill? So part B holds transporter details. So one
Ma'am,
thing is,
just for a moment.
yes, yes,
Uh, that time when you are facing the problem, na, that was the
mm-hmm.
e-filing section, na.
Yes,
Okay, ma'am. Okay, ma'am. That's all.
okay,
You can continue with your system.
yes, okay. So we were over here, we were discussing about part A and part B. So part A, we have understood it is going to hold details of the GST of recipient, right? Whatever details, challan, HSN code, everything will be there. But in part B, whose details are going to be there? Transporter details, like vehicle number, from which vehicle your goods are coming. Okay. According to Rule 138 of the CGST Act 2017, every registered person responsible for the movement of goods, which may or may not account to supply. This line that you all were saying, worth a consignment value of more than 50,000 is required to furnish the information in part A. So you were saying that you are clear that if above 50,000, then only we have to go for e-way bill, right? Goods has to be this much of value. But where this information will come up, this information will come up in part A of the e-way bill. Okay. Now, what is the purpose? Why do we need to generate e-way bill? Now, see, e-way bill enables tracking of movement of goods. It also ensures that the goods being tracked follow GST law, right? Now, it is an effective tool to check for tax evasion as movement of goods are being recorded and maintained. So through this, the government is absolutely aware that, okay, somebody is sending goods from here to there. There is no, there is no such supply happening where the government is not aware, so that tax evasion can happen. Nothing is there. So this is the major agenda. See, if yesterday also I told you the same thing. If government is introducing something, one thing is very clear, that they introduce systems so that there can be a clarity, transparency between the government and the individuals. That is why again they have introduced e-way bills. So any person is doing any movement of goods, who will be aware about it, governments could know about it. And how can we file e-way bill? We can simply go to our GST portal and do this. Now there is exception to e-way bill requirement. This means what? There are few cases when maybe your value of goods exceeds 50,000, then also e-way bill is not required. What is this? You could read it over here simply. Yeah. Students, can you read whatever you see on the screen? I hope it is visible. Now see, Let us, I think we can simply come to the registration of e-way bill now. Yeah, okay. Let us simply come. Anyone in this session who have ever made an e-way bill? Anyone? Anyone? Tell me, is there anyone in the session who are working besides studying? Tell me. Maybe it is your internship that you're doing. Supriya says screen is not visible. But Supriya, I think others are saying it is visible. How many of you are studying and working together? It becomes very hectic in final when you have to take tuitions and you also have to study together. It becomes very difficult. That's a very roller coaster ride. You all will go through it. Maybe at that time you will feel exhausted, but definitely you will cherish those moments later. All your hard work is very soon going to turn into, you know, a positive result. Very good, Akash. Akash says that he's an auditor in one of the listing companies. I think you were writing listing, no? Which is that company, Mr. Auditor? Okay. Anyone who has made e-way bill, maybe in your internship, your boss has asked you to create e-way bill. Have you done it? Yes, yes, Poonam, I know you are aware what is e-way bill. I'm not asking you that. I'm asking, have you ever created e-way bill? Okay. No one in this session has ever created e-way bill. Not even a single person. Yeah, my God. It is very strange. When we were doing e-filing in the last CMA batch, I remember there were students from Bangalore. They said that, yeah, few of them, they said that they have done it. Then there were few students from South. In Kolkata branch also, where I was present, there were one or two students who said that they have done e-filing, this e-way bill generation. So very strange. In this batch, no one has done it. No problem. If you have not done it, we'll learn it right now. Now see, first you need to understand what are the details that will be available to you if you want to generate an e-way bill. See, in the question, it says ABC Limited purchased 15 kg of sheet piling worth rupees 88,500 from Malabar in Palakkad. Now the entire amount was paid online. Malabar is ready to transfer these goods to ABC Limited and requires an e-way bill for the road transfer. Now you are required to generate e-way bill for Malabar. Now the sale value is provided below. Now see, if you scroll down a little, you could see that the whole tax invoice is made for you. Tax invoice. Now over here, you could see the person's details, ABC's details, right? on whose name the bill has been generated. Now, place of supply is mentioned over here, invoice number, date, HSN code, quantity, description, everything. I think this much you must have seen in your practical situation. A GST invoice, right? That you must have seen. Have you seen GST invoice or that also you have not seen? Anyone who have seen this? Let's start. Now, what we need to do is see in the question itself, we have the login and password. Simply, we can click on login, right? Let's start. We have Malabar as username. Password is given to us. Now, CAPTCHA, GATEY. Okay, let's log in. Now, see what you can see over here. The moment you have done it, login is done. See, this is the dashboard you could see over here. In the dashboard, these are the details that you can see. At the left hand side, it is e-way bill, reports are there, and few other informations are given. Simply, we could click on e-way bill. Now, what is our task? Our task is to e-way bill generation. We need to generate a new e-way bill. Let's click on generate new. Okay. Now, the moment we have done it, we could see this page will get open. Now, one by one, we just need to fill up the details as per the question given. Okay. As of now, you could see that, see, it is e-way bill entry form given over here. You have GST number of this user, right? Now, let us start filing this. It says supply type. See in the question, what are they saying? Is it an inward supply or outward supply? Let us understand. This is an outward supply, right? ABC will be sending out or ABC will be receiving. Malabar is going to send out. So it will be an outward supply, right? Now come to this subtype. What do we need to select? Is it supply, export, job work, recipient not known, exhibit? What we need to choose? In our case, it is simply supply. We will select supply. Okay. Now when you go down, you have this option known as document type, that what document you are going to send together. Do you remember in this question, we could see document type over here. What was this document? It was tax invoice itself. So for you, tax invoice is already written over here. If it is bill of supply, then you need to change it. But in our question, it is tax of invoice only. Okay. Now we need to fill the document number. Now let us understand where is the document number. If you come over here, in the invoice number, can you see 1001? This is going to be our document number. Let's put it 1001. Okay. Now what is our document date? What is the document date? It is 14th February 2023. Let us simply write over here. Let's select 2023, February. Fourteenth. Okay. Now, when you look at transaction type, it is regular, or the other options are bill from dispatch, bill to ship to. I think you must have heard these words when you study GST. Now see, these are the options you get over here, but our transaction type is regular. So we will click that only. Now we have to fill the details bill from. See, it is already given over here. Malabar, GST number of Malabar, state, address of dispatch, place of dispatch, pin code, everything is given. Now, to whom we need to ship, this details we have to put over here. We can simply come to here. To whom are we going to send? It is ABC Limited. So we could simply copy ABC Limited, write ABC Limited over here, right? What is the GST number? Can you see what is the GST number? Do you remember in this question, we have ABC Limited and GST number is given. So from here, we have to copy the GST number. Let us move ahead. Let us move ahead and write GST number. It is 32 DCF DCF XR 5468 A1Z1. Be careful when you are writing this so that you don't make any mistake. Right? Now see, the moment we have put it over here, state has automatically come in. Kerala is already there. Just because this information is there, they have fetched the place. Now come at the right hand side. They are saying address. We need to give the address. See, again, address is given in the question to us. What is the address? It is Nedupuza. Right, let us write Nedu Puzha. Okay. Then what is the place? Tirisu. Tirisu is the place. Okay. We have pin code 680007. Select the state. What is the state? Kerala. Okay. So we have given the details over here. Now see, what we need to do is we need to put the item details over here. Let us see what is the item. Let us see what is the item. What are we sending? Can you see what is the description of this item over here? Sheet, piling, or iron or steel. This is the item that we have to write. Okay. No problem, Ayush. Okay, good. Someone is saying I've also sent this to email. Okay, no problem. Okay, let us come over here. Write the product name. Sheet piling. Sheet piling or iron or steel. Okay, write the name properly, otherwise they won't take it. Okay, description is going to be absolutely same as per the product name. So you can simply write this over here. HSN code you can see from the sheet. This tax invoice 7301. Let's write it over here. 7301. Okay. What is the quantity? Quantity is 15. Everything is given to you in the tax invoice itself. What is the unit? Unit is kg. Value, taxable value, what is that? It is 75,000. Let us write over here 75,000. Then what is the rate of tax? It is 9%. CGST, SGST is 9%. Right? Let's select. See, automatically they have fetched the amount of CGST and SGST, that is 6,500. Could you see this? 6750. They have taken it for you. Now what you need to fill is, see the other details of transportation details, transporter ID. Do you have this in the question? Let's see. We have this transporter ID. So let us write transporter ID over here. Transporter name. What is the transporter name? Do you know the transporter's name? Yes. See over here, when you come back to the tax invoice, you see transporter name over here. It is Rajiv. Let us write transporter name Rajiv. Okay. Now, what mode through which this e-way bill needs to go? Is it road, rail, air, ship? From where are we sending this? We are sending by mode of road. Let's click. Vehicle type would be regular. Now we need to fill the vehicle number details. This must be given over here. See, what is the vehicle number given to us? Let's see over here in the tax invoice. Can you see vehicle number over here? What it is? KL08AU6138. Let us fill over here. KL08AU6138. Yeah. Then transporter document number and date, again given to us over here. Let us write. Date we need to fill, not write like this. Okay, it is 14th February 2023. Transporter document number is 1001. Right? So let's click over here. Select 2023. Come to February 14. Okay. What we need to do is click on submit. Okay. Item details. They are saying problem. What is the problem? Have we done any this writing mistake? What it is? It is still no. Let's see what is the mistake. Sheet filing. Are you also getting this? Okay. Yes. Correct it if you have written. Submit. Yes, it is done. E-way bill has been successfully generated. Now see. Now what we need to understand from here is, see, this is how your e-way bill will look like. Today everything is digital, so you are going to have this QR in your e-way bill. E-way bill number is there, date is there, who has generated this, from where till when it is valid, your place of dispatch, document number, each and every detail is there. Do you remember when we were discussing the theory of e-way bill? We also discussed that how in part A and part B things will be there. Do you remember that? We discussed that eBay will be having two parts, part A and part B. In part B, there will be transporter's detail, right? Then there will be details from when to when it is valid and things like that. In part A, we have GST number, place of dispatch, place of delivery, HSN code. These details we will have over here, right? So this way we have also understood now how to go for eBay bill. Now, of course, if they want, they can print it and keep it with themselves. You can come back. Now, I would request you all go for question 2 and try to solve e-way bill now all by yourself. What is happening in question 2? JK Industries purchase goods worth 61,950. So is it applicable? E-way will be there because 50,000 value has been exceeded, right? So they need e-way bill. Now they are purchasing from AFC Enterprise in Chennai. So after settling the invoice value, AFC Enterprise initiated the process of transferring these goods to the buyer, right? So as a GST practitioner, they are going to seek your advice. So you help them to get an e-way bill. So see in the tax invoice you have all the details over here, AFC Enterprise. So see JK industry details are given over here. Invoice number is there for you. Goods details, transporter's name, everything is given. So I request you all to go ahead and solve question 2. Okay, thank you so much, students. I could see so many of you have written, ma'am, it will be off and not on. Or thanks for correcting. Somebody was writing something. I couldn't get what you wrote because half of your message has been disappeared above with other messages. I could just see that you have requested to CMA Institute but have not got response from them. What is that? I don't know. And first of all, you don't even write your name. Gets very difficult to come back to the doubt. Okay. I hope e-way bill filing was very simple for you. It's very simple, right? No question to A3E GXS 9652 D1Z2. RKG Road. What is the pin code? 60200. Product name, bars and rods of iron. Make sure you don't make any mistake while writing. HSN code 7214. Quantity 15. What is the value? 52500. Rate 9 each. Transporter's ID. Then transporter's name. What is his name? Thomas. Again, through road it is going. Vehicle type, regular. Vehicle number is given over here, TN14. K6578. Now document A125. What is the date? 12th May. So e-waybill file. Vindhya, if it is showing invalid item details, please check that have you copied the right details, whatever is there in the tax invoice. Yeah, whatever is written over here, this will come under your product description and then it will happen. Done with question 2. Okay, good to see. The one who are done with question 2, if they want, they can practice question 3 also. Yeah, you can go ahead. Anyone who is facing any doubt? I hope you all are doing question 3. Someone was asking in the chat, ma'am, could you show us if we go to the original GST website, where could we file e-way bill? Now, did you get the answer? GST portal, original portal is it? In the services, when you go, you get these options. See, you have registration, you have payments, user services, you have refund, and here you have e-way bill system. See, the moment you click over here, again they will ask for register and login. So you must be having the login credentials with you. So the moment you log in, that dashboard will pop up. The dashboard that we have seen, that will pop up. Rahini, I think I have considered your question. Thank you, Monica. This means a lot. I've just tried my best to make it as simple for you as possible so that you people understand how to file GSTR returns, how to register for them, how to go for income tax filing, so that once, not even if when you are qualified, just now when you say somebody that yes, I am a CMA inter student, they should feel when they talk to you, the person should feel that yes, you actually belong to a CMA inter line. You are confident about practical things. It is not just theory that we are learning, right? We are learning so that we become so proficient that even if somebody asks us, okay, can you please file income tax for us? Can you file GST returns for us? We could do it. You people won't realize that how much you can earn by just doing whatever you have learned in these 3 to 4 days. I know that there are so many people outside who are doing business. Okay, now they are very very worse. with their business that they are doing. They have knowledge about how to run business and everything, but they don't know how to deal with these GST portals. So for them, what happens? Even if they are doing good business, they have to give a lot of money to the person who is filing their GST returns, right? And every month, how much time have we received? Even when we were filing GSTR1, GSTR3B, hardly there was any time involved. Max to max, I would say half an hour, right? Because when you are sitting to file it, of course you have all the details with you beforehand, so it hardly takes you half an hour to fill it. And you know how much? Minimum to minimum 5 to 10,000 they take from each and every client. GSTR, once in a month they have to file for their client. 3B, once in a month they have to file for their client. So if you take in total, maximum 1 hour will be involved whole month, and in that 1 hour, total 1 hour, you will get 5 to 10,000, because you have this skill. You know how to file GST returns, and the ones who do not know, they go to, they will come to you, right? They will come to you, they will ask you that please do it on behalf of us. And that time you will miss this session, that because of this session today you can simply easily make 5 to 10,000 by just spending 1 hour in the whole month. Just imagine, if you have 4 or 5 clients, you will get 30,000 40,000 a month easily, right? Yes, see, e-way bill can be done for any mode. You remember when we were generating e-way bill, we have selected by means of road. There was also shipment, there was also air modes, right? So you have to specify your mode, right? Students, do you have any doubts? Today, whatever was our agenda, we have done it. And if I tell you in whole, then we have finished whatever we were supposed to do in the e-filing. We have done GST, we have done income tax, TDS, TCS, ESI, EPFO, digital signature, labor identification number. Just imagine how much knowledge you have gathered all together. I hope you all must be very happy that now you have learned so much about the practicals, right? Now you will not say that in commerce we don't have any practicals. We always used to feel envy, that science students, they have practicals, they can go, they can practice, they can use those formulas. But what can we do? We had nothing. So now commerce students also have something to practice, right? So tell me if you have doubts. If you do not have doubts, we can close today's session and we will meet tomorrow. I think tomorrow our session will be from 10 till 12. We just have 2 hours session. And I've noted down whatever doubts you told me, right? Whatever doubts you had. Some people said that let's repeat ESIC. Some said that we have doubts with EPFO. Some were having doubts in income tax question 3. So these common doubts that you people have already addressed, we are going to discuss it tomorrow. Don't worry. It is not like that ma'am is not reading your doubts and I will vanish out tomorrow and will not cater to your doubts. Don't worry. We were doing these topics, so I could not in between entertain your doubts. Maybe you would have been felt that your doubt is getting ignored. It is not like that. There has to be a flow we need to maintain, right? 500, 600 students are learning all together. Sometimes you thought that I'm going slow, but I have no other option, right? Because you might be fast, but somebody else might be slow. So I have to make a neutral pace, no? Right? So I think students, we are good to close today's session. Hope you had a nice learning. Hope you could understand whatever was the agenda of e-filing, right? And tomorrow we are going to meet at 10 o'clock and we will have our final 2 hour session tomorrow. right? Kunal sir, I think we are good to close for today.
Sure, ma'am. We can end this session for today. Thank
Yes.
you, student, and thank you, ma'am, for today's lovely session. We can again continue tomorrow. Only one session is there for 2 hours, 10 to 12. Thank you, students. Stay tuned till tomorrow.